Hello, my name is Kendall Ho. It's my huge pleasure to be here to give a presentation about the use of virtual care, like using a computer like this to be able for me as a doctor to see a patient like yourself or your family members or your friends. What I'd like to do is just share a few quick slides with you so that we can have some dialogue on this particular area. So this is the presentation about the use of virtual care. How do we see each other on screen? And however, the problem virtual care is I can't examine you really. And so it's very hard for me to reach out to you and not only talk with you, but examine you. And there are 4 areas that we have trouble with. And if you are home prepared for that, that will help us a lot tremendously. The first is measuring your temperature. Now, on the left, you can see a traditional thermometer. So put it under your tongue, and it can then measure your temperature in the mouth. Or for a child, there's a rounder tip that you can put in the bum area, and then that can measure. But now there's some forehead tapes that you can easily obtain. Or if you want to be sophisticated, you can go to the right with infrared. However, any of this, if you're at home, would be very helpful for us. The most accurate, the thermometer, but all the others give us a sense about what your temperature is about. So having that at home is very helpful. Secondly, we also would love to hear about your blood pressure, because in looking at you, I can't tell what your blood pressure is. And so here's a very typical blood pressure cuff on the right, on the left side. The top number tells you the high number of your blood pressure. The middle number tells you the low number of the blood pressure, and the bottom number 80 is about your heart rate. And so this machine will be able to get us all that information. And very easy to use. Some of them are basic models like this. Some of them you can link up to your phone if you want to track it every day. Now, if you go to the hypertensioncanada.ca website, it actually gives you a list of recommended blood pressure cuffs. And so you may want to go there and check out which model may be best fit for you. If you have further question, you can take that list and go to the drugstore, pharmacy, and ask the pharmacist. They'll make some good recommendation for you, which blood pressure cuff works best. The third, it's about how fast your heart goes. Now, the blood pressure cuff we talked about already tells your heart rate, so that may be adequate if you have it. If you don't happen to have one, there are some market devices that are actually very helpful. In this case, a watch that not only does it capture the heart rates, but also gives you an electronic tracing of your heart. Now, of course, you can also take your heart rate by feeling your wrist or feeling your neck. You need to know where to do that. But another device is the heart rates app by Azumio. This is just one of many apps available. So that once you have a mobile phone, it's actually free. You can download it and then put your finger on the lights. And not only does it tell you the heart rates, but actually give you a rhythm strip. So that's another tip for you to use. The fourth thing that we looked at, it's about the amount of oxygen in your blood. Now, this is a clip on the fingertip. If you look a little bit, tilt your head, you can see the number at the top is 97. So this is 97% oxygen saturation, quite normal. And also the bottom number, 91, is your heart rate. This is a good device, especially if people have short of breath issues. We love to know that number. Also, right now, some of those watches that we talked about have oxygen saturation measurement. However, the accurate way to measure it at this point is still the fingertip. And so the watches, I wouldn't count it as accurate at this particular time. Finally, how do we get on to see the doctor? I think many of you are very, very effective in connecting by video, which is great. But now there's some one-touch video conferencing available on the market. So all you got to do is just buy a screen and then touch once on the screen, you connect to the people that you need to connect to. So that's another device that you may want to consider. So thank you very much. And I love to have some interaction with you so that we can answer any questions if necessary. Thank you so much for watching, and looking forward to having this dialogue with you.